Alright, we are back. Ghost of Tsushima New Game Plus Part 28. Last time we were just finishing up some side stuff with getting the Khan's outfit and all that stuff and taking down certain camps, but besides that, we're gonna get right into it. Like, comment, subscribe, notifications, all that stuff, and let's go. Oh, I will say also, I accidentally grabbed this Pillar of Honor real quick because it was on this mountain. I was gonna see if it is still freezing me even though I have the sword. So I don't 100% know what to do, but I grabbed this real quick by accident. But either way, but I already have it, so, and I also already have. Really? Why would it just run off? Jesus, don't. Why would you see how far that thing ran? Why would it run that far from me? But I also already have it, so it just gave me a ghost flower. But back to it. It ran like 20 feet ahead of me. I hate when it does that. Where in the name of God is this thing? Dang it. Where did it go? Jesus, this thing is annoying. Keeps running off. You think a fox... You think a red fox would be more visible. I gotta hurry. I'm gonna start freezing soon. Bro, come on. Doing the most, even though they know I'm on this freezing mountain. They're trying to like... Okay. Now. There is something this way, because I think that's that little shrine that I had seen. Oh, but I was I don't know, I was seeing one of those videos of a parent punishing their kid, and as usual, it's 2023, so all the victims gotta pop out. Everyone's a victim of something. Lately, everyone's a victim. My mom whooped me. I'm a victim. She assaulted me. I was dying. I was like, bro, you shot a guy. Like, the fact all she did was whoop you is like a kindness. She should have shot you right back. But no, it's something that did get me actually thinking, because I'll see there's only really two styles of parenting. There's the one that's a bit extreme, where actually I guess there's kind of three, but there's one that's extreme where people think, where I will admit they are kind of going crazy. Like they'll beat you for an hour. They'll beat the kid for an hour, and then they'll beat the kid for an hour. Take their TV, their bed, not feed them for days. That's just, at that point, yeah, that's crazy abuse. But then there's one that's also extreme in the sense that it's too relaxed, and that's how we get serial killers, where your kid could literally, like, there was that Dr. Phil thing where, like, he hit his mom and told her to shut up. He was tweaking. He did that, and then you have a kid like that. That kid is going to shoot up a school, or then that's how you get a school shooter. I wonder what they'd be thinking when he just like comes back to reality and he's just sitting there. There it is. But on the other end, yeah, you'll have these kids that like have no discipline. Their parents do nothing to them. They will like steal and do cocaine and just fight and shoot schools, and their parents are just like, they do nothing. And it's just like, that's way too relaxed. And it's tough to find the middle because both sides, there's people who are like less or more on either side, and it's like, come on, just grab it, you more. But there's just those dumb both sides where either side can't exactly decide what they want to do. Because there's the relaxed ones who is like, oh, you just have to talk to your kid and, you know, explain things to them. I was like, that's not how it works. Because you can sit a 5-year-old down and try to explain what they did was wrong, and they don't. And if you talk, kids are kind of like dogs, in all honesty. Talking to them in a sweet tone will just confuse them into thinking that they did nothing wrong. If even if you're like slightly serious, they still won't understand they did anything wrong. If you just sit her down and was like, well, sweetie, you stole money, which is wrong, and so, you know, we're gonna have to punish you. No, this, and that. It's like I don't know how well that really works. I guess maybe it depends on the kid, how you raise them, but I don't. There'll always come that first moment where you have to discipline the kid because they did something wrong. And if all you do is talk, and you know you have to punish them no matter what, because punishment it shows consequences for actions, same as like the law or anything, or mouthing off to someone you can't fight. So I don't know, because let's say you say, you know what, no TV or whatever, then you take it away. That might do it, but then it gets to the point like, what happens if they do something more extreme? Like, I don't know, they crash your car, they are bullying a kid, stuff like that. Like, is taking away things really gonna be like an accurate or good enough punishment for that? That might deserve a slap. You know, I found out my son was like bullying the special needs kids. Yeah, I might have to fight him myself. Because that man he is losing his mind. Like, why would you bully them? You're evil. You're actually a villain. But I don't know. But then there's the other side, as always, where like they're getting hit for any little thing. Like you spill something and you get hit. Get like popped in the mouth. For me personally, I think the crime usually fit the punishment. I know one time I think I peed behind a fridge for like days, and yeah, I got hit for that one. I was like, why would you pee? Like I had, and my logic wasn't the best. I was just afraid to use the bathroom, but still wasn't the best logic because I still knew. I don't even I don't even know what I was thinking. What happened? I think I thought that because it was the fridge, for some reason I think I thought that it would clean it or like drain it somewhere. I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah, I knew peeing behind the fridge wasn't a good thing,
An
and
excellent
I got hit
choice.
for it, and so then I got beat with a belt for it as usual, and never did that again ever. Never peed behind a fridge again in my life after that one, which I'd say that's slightly fair. I pissed behind a fridge. I don't even know how to explain. That's just ridiculous. But there's also been times where I'm trying to think is I can't think of a time where I've exactly done something that did like because thinking about it, it's like I don't think I ever got like I like didn't I don't know didn't want to eat something or like spilt something I got hit and that never happened to me.
My lord, did you find the armor?
And as I
The
naturally
enemy will never wear your master's work.
now I have to wear this garbage. But as I got older, naturally things changed. You know, you're about to I had a single mom, so I was like naturally I'm not about to get like whooped by an older woman and I'm like a growing boy, so naturally I'm
What would my
stronger than
uncle
her.
think? If he saw me in this.
You probably think you're crazy. Let me see, what is this outfit? Oh, the hat is so dirty. All these hats I got. The monkey hat. Kind of cool. It's just too much. And then this hat, it's like, it's just, they're just all too much. And that's the worst problem. The other ones are too much. This is way too little. That's ridiculous. This is okay. Okay. The bands and the straw hats are like usually at the okay mark. You got stuff like this. It's kind of cool, but it's too much. Another band. Oh, this one's kind of cool. Oh yeah, these are the ones I get for my haikus. This one's kind of cool. they're all okay, but a helmet really is something. Like the Hero Tsushima helmet. It's alright, but yeah, I have no idea what Ryuzo's looks like. I know we get it. And that's just the helmet for me. Like the Sakai Clan one without the horns is ridiculous. And this dumb thing. And the mask is okay, but the ghost mask is just the best. Like I said, for Taka, R.I.P. And bam. Okay, got that. I'll head over here real quick. But yeah, when it comes to me getting hit, felt like most of them were pretty fair. At the end of the day, they did end with, and then as I got older, I got stuff taken away, made sense and all that. I wasn't getting hit or anything, but naturally, as I got older, I didn't do things that, like, anything I did, certain things I was just too old to have not known not to do, and then certain things, and then not to mention, and then certain things with the fact that, like, as big as I was getting, the fact that I was stronger than her, it was just, I was too old to be getting, like, hit or anything. So it got to the point, stuff got taken away, which was still pretty bad. Nothing worse than being like 16, sitting there in your room after school with nothing to do but just clean and sit there. Lost a birthday or two, naturally, because I didn't clean up the house or something, which I still feel that. I feel like it's unfair still, because, you know, I mean, it's my birthday, but on the other hand, it was my job to clean up, so it's like, I can slightly see the point. These guys are going through it. I might just leave. Yeah, I think I've done too much to these guys. But yeah, so at least I'm trying to think how I guess depending on the crime and the way they're acting, can I not get this or am I full? Yes. But depending on the crime and the way the kid's acting, that's what I think will. I think there's an armor that allows me to control the dogs. I'm pretty sure I saw. At least for me, I think that just based on what the kid does and how they act is what will ultimately. Ah, wrong guy. But that's what'll ultimately decide what I do to them. Like, actually, I don't like. At least for me, I'm pretty laid back. Like, I don't know. Say my kid spilled something, but I guess it depends on how he spilled it. Like, if I told him, if I was like, don't pour the milk, I'm gonna go grab something, then you can do it, and he just like pours it. I'm like, what is wrong with you? I just told you not to do this. And then I'd be like, well, then I'd have him clean it up and everything, and make him clean it, and all that. Probably just yell at him, but I'm trying to think. I don't know. Is it just me personally that I can't think of anything? What would be a Oh yeah, but I already said the situation. It's garbage. I really suck. I'm god awful at the bow. But I don't know, I'm trying to think of, I guess it depends on my kid and stuff. Maybe, I don't know. I can't really think of the situation how it would go. Because I don't know, it's just personally, I can't think of me like picking up a belt and hitting him. At least for me. Maybe it's maybe if he stole from me, I for sure I'd be like, all right, bro, which hand did you steal my money with? Like if he knows what stealing is and stole from me, then I for sure like grab his hand and smack it, something like that. Be like, don't you ever dare steal from me, stuff like that. Or if he's like 16, and I don't know, I'm trying to think, this man like got all Fs and stuff, he might get a smack upside the head, stuff taken away type stuff. But I don't know if I'd ever full on beat. It just depends on what he's doing, how he's acting. Like there are moments where you might have to whoop your kid. Like I don't know, say he set the house on fire, but and whether it's an accident or not, say he did it doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing. Like he set it on fire, trying to smoke cigarettes. Like you moron. Yeah, he might get beat for that one for sure. But if he was say we were practice driving, he was doing his best, he accidentally hit someone hits him, it's an accident, I wouldn't be too upset. That's why I got insurance, but it just all depends. I just really do hate the logic of like people think that there's the side that thinks that you have to overly discipline, like you gotta hit them all the times. Like there are moments where they for sure do need to be hit in order to learn consequences and stuff. Or just it's this sometimes you really gotta beat a lesson into someone. I know everyone thinks that like kids are like this. I'm trying to think even what it is. Like people think that like in order to resolve conflict and to put things into people, you always have to like say you can just talk and that will always fix things. It won't. There are times it just talking will not fix a thing. We could honestly talk out all wars and fix the problem there, but that's never how it is. No side gives up until they've lost too much for it to be even worth it to fight back. And when it comes to children even, there's a time where they need to have a smack so that it's very basic. It's messed up, I guess. Not really, but it's pretty basic. You hit them. It's kind of like that thing where when you're a kid, you have to get burned to understand why not to play with fire. So when I was a kid, I even remember the moment I touched the oven. She kept telling me, "Get away from the oven, get away. You're gonna get burned. And if you get burned, it's your fault." Touched it, burnt my hand like crazy, crying, and she was like, "What did I say? I told you it burned you." I was like, "Ah, yeah." And after that, that oven was not. I have not touched. I mean, I don't touch the oven. I take the oven very seriously because I learned the lesson. You remember the pain from that, and it teaches you what to, and what not to do. Same thing with getting a quick hit, getting whooped, whatever. Because I think, what is it? There was the comedian. Oh, let me get this.
Please. Almost lit.
His hands are way too frozen.
Will the fire not light?
Nah, his hands are too cold. But it's the comedian Chris Stefano, the guy that hangs with Sal
Never
from
been so
Practical
close.
Jokers. But yeah, basically this story goes. The story goes like a meteor fell and the flames lit up and the Mongols have their version of it and all that garbage. These people in meteors, they be getting lucky with them. But it's that comedian Chris something who hangs with Sal from Practical Jokers. Basically, he told a story of how I think him and his mom got in an argument, and it's like he called his mom like a bitch or something like that. Yeah, he cussed at her, and his dad talked to him about it, and they talked, and I think he said his dad like punched him in the face or punched him in the chest or something. And while he was sitting there, he's like, "Yeah, sorry, love you all that, but you don't talk to your mother like that. And like you don't talk to my wife like that and stuff like that." And he said he was sorry and it taught him a lesson and all that stuff. And he said, oh, and he basically said, if you're prepared to talk to a woman like that, be prepared something for like her boyfriend or husband to be prepared to get punched, because it's like, yeah, those words are gonna those words can come back to get you. Like, you can't be cussing out anyone's girl and expect nothing to happen. Someone might slap you, fight you, whatever.
Getting cooler.
This is not working, which is
Need a fire soon.
this is so annoying. All these dogs. But yeah, he basically said that's what his dad did to him, told him, and I guess he apologized or whatever. And all that, I was like, ah, it's a pretty good lesson. I understand. I mean, as long as like the wife, I don't even know. I'm trying to think of it. Yeah, I guess if my son called my wife a bitch to his mom to her face, yeah, bro, you definitely gonna get smacked, punched, something. I wouldn't let a regular person call her that, especially if it's undeserved. And you gonna call her your mother that in my house? Yeah, he had to get it, but taught him a good lesson. He gets it. I don't imagine. I think he even said like he naturally didn't punch him. Oh my god, I'm so tired of it. Like, I'm trying to hit them and they just move perfectly. Why even waste the time? But he naturally didn't punch him his hardest.
Can't take much more cold.
Yeah, he didn't punch him. He didn't punch that man his hardest, of course. So, ultimately, I think that justified. Or, yeah, stole money, stuff like that, in that situation. But then there's also the side, there is a time to talk to them, like, say, there's like, say if your son's like obsessing over a girl or something, and he's kind of getting weird with it, like he's getting like almost stalkerish. There's a time as long as before he goes off too crazily, I talk to him and be like, bro, yeah, we gotta speak. You're losing it. I talk to him about her, be like, yeah, you just gotta forget about this girl. She's not for you. You two are not gonna end up together. It's over. Stop it. And as long as he doesn't go any further than, say, maybe he's like trying to talk to her all the time and stuff like that, but if it gets to the point like, I don't know, he's following her around and watching her, then yeah, I might have to smack some sense into him.
Rest
But
by the fire, my lord.
it's one of those things. It's tough, it's tricky,
Thank you.
it's very situational based. Neither side is 100% right or 100% wrong, because there's time to talk, which I think it's usually associated. White parents are very quick to just talk on every issue, which it's good to talk and listen and understand, but there's also there's also a time where you've got to like discipline them and show them, like, don't let them walk all over. Show them that there's consequences to their actions, the things they do and say.
Need warmth. Soon.
There's consequences to the things they do and say and all that. And
Can't take much more cold.
bro, I was out here for all of 6 seconds.
Another campfire. A death poem. The mountain beat them.
Jesus, stop moving. But yeah,
Relight.
but then there's also the side of the black parents that go a bit too far with it.
That's
Hit
better.
you over anything, everything. You don't eat a sandwich, you get hit. You get a whooping. So yeah, I'd say there's definitely it's a tough balance. Kind of like when you drive. You can't be too light on the pedal or you'll go too slow, but you can't be too heavy on the pedal or you'll go too fast. Like most things. Like that's why I'll say, like in King of the Hill, Sometimes I think Hank should have slapped Bobby in his face because that kid did not like. Bobby snuck out about 100 times. He smoked cigarettes. He caused war. He caused like a neighborhood war, guns. He's out here like just doing the most. He did the most all the time. The fact that Hank never slapped him in his jaw is crazy. Even within The Sopranos, there's the same type of thing. Uh, Anthony Jr. He said that it's thanks to his mom, it's thanks to Carmilla that he never put his hands on him. Which, I'm gonna be honest, I would have beat that kid. I would have whooped his ass. Because the stuff he used to do, he was the most privileged little ant. Oh my god. He blamed literally everyone and
Warm up. That
everyone.
campfire is my only hope.
Everyone and everything was
Free and light.
was someone else's fault. He did everything.
Can't take much more cold.
He'd crash, he'd burn his car, he'd talk to the press, he'd flunk out of college, he'd do drugs, he'd drink, he'd destroy his school, he'd steal test answers, and it was everyone else's fault but his own for everything, no matter how much Carmilla and Tony talked to him. And the only real times he actually listened and got it is when Tony was like, Tony was just like, hey, don't test me. He's like, I will. He's like, you're gonna do this. You're gonna get a job here. You're gonna do that, and do not play with me with this. You will be up at 6 a.m. to the job, and that's it.
Soon. Someone built a dojo here.
Ugh. I swear I nearly froze like 8 times. But yeah, he used to be on him like, that's it. I guess, yeah, and it's like a meteor that's, a meteor fell down here that's very flammable. And that's what they use. They use some of it, put it on their swords, and then it burns. But back to what I was saying. Yeah, Tony, Anthony Jr.,
Welcome, my lord. Call me.
only when he'd like be like, yeah, you're gonna do this. You're gonna stop. If you don't, something bad's gonna happen. He basically threatened him and be like, don't test me because you know who I am. You know what I will do. You know what I've done.
Jin Sakai. I wasn't expecting to find anyone up here.
We convince him to help us, Mongols. Or yeah, it's this. The
Now
Rock.
to duel Betomara and learn his technique.
Betomara. The way of the flame. That's my long-winded rant on hitting kids and not. There's a time to talk, there's a time to hit, and consequences come from not doing either. Like I'm sure like there's probably some kids that come out fine if you hit them all the time. I'm sure there's kids that come out fine when you don't hit them at all. But I think I think on average it could probably come out better if you just figure out the balance to it. But enough of that. Let's get to it. Cause I wonder if like Lord Shima. I guess Lord Shima slapped him, but they're both grown men, so I don't know how that works. These people believed in way different punishment.
The way of the flame is unforgiving.
I like how it works during fights. It does a lot of damage.
Now, strike your sword against your piece of the rock.
It's crazy.
I'll take your head. Once more, the way of the flame guide you. Yes, like that. Our fight ends here, my lord.
How does a rock even do this? Does it just have...
The way of the flame is not meant for friendly rivals.
How does it even do this? Does the rock just have flaming capabilities? Does it just ooze? Does it ooze, what's it called? Gasoline or something? I never 100% understood it. I think maybe now it won't freeze me only because I've done it, but I can't remember.
Safely.
My lord.
It was a treacherous climb, but I've learned the way of the flame.
Yeah, we did. We did it. We're the best. He really is. Like, of all the samurai that could have lived, it's a good thing it was him. And I think that is all we have for now. Time to get to Yuna and get to it. To find our
Jin, over here.
allies and stuff.
We could use the old road from Omi up through Fort Kaminodake. Only problem is it's held by Mongols. You need help to drive them out. I know some hunters.
Right, this is a guy that owes Yuna a favor. I think he's supposed to be like... He's either supposed to be considered an old boyfriend, or basically just a guy that likes her. Which, either way is sad. Well, slightly. Like, either way, I'm trying to think. Because I've said before my stance on dealing with exes and stuff. This is a whole other situation. This is war, naturally, but he seems to still like be kind of simpish over it, which is sad. But I guess that does answer the question of if she's had... I'd asked before if like she's had any good relationships with anyone besides like Taka and I guess Kenji. Even though Kenji's like that friend that gets you just in trouble all the time. I wouldn't even say it's 100% on purpose. He just...
Hold still.
Is this Tomoe?
They almost killed me, my lord. Thank you.
You're free. Find a safe place to hide.
There isn't one. The Mongols caught many of us at the crossroads nearby. They control the whole area.
Not for much longer. I'll see to it.
Maybe I'm wrong, because I know Tomoe's out here. Quick pit stop. I'm like, that would have been a clean way to do it. To have Tomoe pop up for me. Or sit down. Something I hate. I've seen people try to say that like a handgun can't kill a bear. Like how can an arrow do it? But I imagine if I shoot it in the head, it'll die. I understand maybe an elephant, but a bear? I don't believe it. Which even reminds me of how like, oh my god, I really hate overly sensitive gun guys. Like it's the guys that like, I've said it before, the guys that act like there's being gun safe, but a part of safety is just general knowledge and confidence. Like that would be like if there's no problem being safe, but whatever the opposite of cocky is what they kind of act like sometimes, where they're just like ridiculous with it. Like they pretend as if like even a BB gun or a paintball gun, they act like that with, which is just annoying. Like acting like that all the time. Like, oh, you shouldn't keep your finger on the trigger for a BB gun or this type of gun. It's like, bro, it is not a real gun. Stop it. Do not take every gun this seriously. There's a level. Or even in TV shows and stuff, they'll pretend as if like every people handling guns a certain way, like that. Or my least favorite thing, the silencer debate, where people with silencers don't really make guns that quiet. Yes, they do. I hate how gun guys pretend as if silencers make it's. I'm not saying it's night and day, but it makes it literally factually quieter. Like if I could do the what is it, the I don't even know, is it the decibels of the sound, it would be less, which means it does make it quieter.
Oi,
He a brave man to run up to this. Because the minute I see a guy kill 10 of my other friends, I'm not running up. Especially if I know I'm not the strongest guy of the group. I was the weakest. Yeah, it's over. We lost. That's it. There's some. I think that's a hot spring. Gotta be. So I got one more thing. That's the problem. I have one more thing in the other part of the. One more thing in the other part of the island, and then all the little stuff that I missed there. And then I have everything here, which is I hate it. Then after that, Iki Island. I just hate when they how'd you miss? What is this? Now I'm confused. Wish we got another color dye guy, but I understand why. Terrible, I almost rhymed something. I don't know which way to get up. Should've went the other way. Yep. Oh, they just released. I just saw, like, they just released some images of the Spider-Man stuff. They showed Venom. They showed, they showed Venom, and, they showed Peter in the Venom suit, and they showed Kraven a bit. Looking clean. God, if they can just get the story... The gameplay is guaranteed to be pretty good. I mean, as long as it's the old one, but more stuff, good. Graphics, guaranteed to be good. The story just needs to be good, and it could win. There we go. First try. Can't wait to play this. Ready for some new stuff. Because Dead Island 2 was such a disappointment. I already said how it was for me. It was really the story. The story was just blah. Which, it didn't really... Zombie game stories don't need to be the biggest thing, as long as the gameplay is great. But it really wasn't. If you all saw my thing, the dodge thing was broken. Because it gives you basically all these free hits. Like, it breaks the game. And even with the big bosses, I don't know, it just... I'm not gonna get back into it. But it was a bit of a letdown after all these years, because I didn't like it. I liked it better than Dead Island 1. I don't like Dead Island 1 personally. It's very depressing to me. But it's nowhere near as good as Dying Light. Dead Island at all. The parkour alone is all you need. Parkour and zombies is the move. What is that? Is that thing again? Am I near there? No, that's a whole other thing. I don't get it. Come on, where is it? Okay, well, let me get this first, then I'll come back over here. So his thing is up there somewhere. Alright, you do this first. Yeah, after this, Iki Island. I'm hoping Spider-Man wins, because if it wins Game of the Year, it proves a lot of stuff. It proves that Xbox were idiots for letting someone take, what's it called from them? Insomniac, because they had Insomniac make Sunset Overdrive, which was really fun. It was limited, but it was still pretty fun. I mean, the traversal alone was worth it. But I don't know why those idiots didn't. And a second Sunset Overdrive would have been beautiful. I don't know. I've also that brings me to the. I've seen people who say that they don't. I mean, I don't think there's really a console war. There's not seriously one. Some people, if you want to play with friends, if you're more worried about friends and stuff, go Xbox. But if you actually want to like play games, go PlayStation. Because I mean, for me, I don't buy this console for anything besides really playing games. Like online games are cool, but At the end of the day, I like a good story game. I like playing a Spider-Man swinging around. I like how I rely on my skill in the game, no one else's. I like how it has an ending. Anything good has to come to an end. Is this okay? So this is, oh my god, I'm getting tired of it. Can't tell what's a shrine and what isn't anymore. Now I gotta figure out where these idiots are, but I've seen something that says, like, would people want Xbox and PlayStation to have no more exclusives? I'm gonna be honest, and a lot of people disagreed and will disagree. I think we need to keep the exclusives going, because just think about it. Look what Microsoft does to keep you with them. Because I'm gonna be honest, God of War and Spider-Man are what made me buy my PlayStation 4 and switch over. I saw gameplay for those two games and I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't sit there and pretend like I was happy playing Halo again, or playing what's it called? Very good. Gears of War 4 and 5, in which you choose whether or not his son dies or not, which is stupid in every single sense of the word. So the next game, if they even make one, and now it's all about some girl being the queen's daughter. I don't even get it anymore.
At our campfire, my lord.
But either way,
Are you Takeshi?
You know my name?
Takashi Kakashi.
I'm Jin Sakai. Yuna sent me.
She's alive? Where is she?
The Mongols blocked the pass to Omi. I have to open the way, and I can't do it alone. Yuna told me you can help.
Sounds dangerous.
I thought you were an expert hunter, leader of the best archers in the prefecture.
Is that what Yuna told you?
She thinks you care enough to fight. Is she?
This won't be like hunting wild boar.
Is a prefecture just a town, basically, or? Also, I swear, are bows supposed to be this long? It feels like they're just... Like, it seems like that bow is as long as him. I don't know. Tomb Raider might have messed with my head with bows.
Mongol archers guard the gate. Patrols ride in and out all day.
If we can get in from this side, Yuna and the rest of my friends will hit them from the south.
Right, we have to take over this little town as our base. As our second base, it's weird. But, let me think. Okay. I remember there was something along the way. I don't know. But, yeah. I think that keeping the exclusives keeps both sides on their toes with it. Because I've seen that Starfield, they're trying to hype it up. Starfield has 6 million players. Yeah, that's because you gave the game away for free. No, duh. A free game is gonna get players, even if it sucks. I mean, look at Among Us. That thing went crazy. Went crazy. I'm not saying Among Us sucks, but still, it's free. Just let me down. Jesus. I have you all the way up in a mountain and get upset that you don't want to walk down the mountain in the dumbest way possible. Just let me go straight down. But look at Among Us. Among Us is free, has tons of players. It is good, but still. Just because a free game has tons of players does not mean it's just like, that's some great thing. Notice I said it said players. I didn't say it sold 6 million anything. It just has players. But I think that exclusives keep both sides basically on their toes and everything. Keeps both of them trying to go better and farther. Look at the exclusives we've got. And I'm not saying like money-wise it would be smart, but I'm just thinking like, I don't know if like, if there's no exclusives, I don't know, it kind of takes away the prestige and even the, it's just one of those, it's another reason to have a PlayStation or an Xbox for those certain exclusives. It's like, why buy one or the other? Whichever, and then it could turn into like a pricing war, because it's like, why not get whatever one's cheaper? All games are on this one or this one. It doesn't really matter if I have an Xbox or a PlayStation. I thought that animal was about to... Is he just killing the deer? my god, this is so stupid. Ah. Ah. Come on. I wonder if he was saying my name. Like, was he saying Sakai? Oh, you're kidding. I know there's a certain point where I ride around and there's like a guy, there's like a house on fire and I saved someone. It's kind of crazy. You're telling me you didn't fall? Oh, he ran. Is that it? Okay, let's keep going. Because I know we get this little base, and then... Huh. I actually need to get there before we have the cutoff point. I keep getting distracted with stuff. Let me get some It's not fair. I get the poison thing in the second place, and this place has the most poison laying around. Maybe this is where it grows more, and I don't know. All that smoke means something big in Mongolia is there. Jesus.
Time to head for the woodcutter camp.
The woodcutter camp. Because I know after we take this spot over, we have all our people here. What's her name?
Sakai, up here. We made it climb, but it took hours. We sit up here much longer. The Mongols are sure to see us.
Back away from the edge. I'll be right up.
Yuna's got some interesting friends.
Let's plan our attack.
You can see inside from over here.
Archers on that ridge will have a good view of the courtyard.
And plenty of targets.
The bulk of our force should go there. We'll get on that roof. Control the high ground.
You sound like Yuna.
She was a good teacher.
You men with me. Everyone else get to the ridge.
If the enemy sees me, take them down.
Understood. Good luck.
하고
You're kidding. Cheap. Cheap, cheap, cheap. They heard me from 14 miles away. Okay. I don't understand why that's one of the things. Like, why does this idiot have to hit those? You're free. Really? 4 arrows. Really? This is just... Jesus. Finally. Any month now. Look at this man not dying.
What sort of animals would do this?
The Mongol kind.
Has he not seen anything?
Fire on my signal. Let them get closer. Now, kill them all!
Really? Okay. I'm really getting upset today. Like, it's just acting dumb.
Come on, everyone. Let's get to the bridge.
Why would he not just throw all 3
I
like
heard
he
Lord
should?
Shimura has an army with samurai from the Shogun. Why aren't you leading them?
Lord Shimura has his plan to fight the Mongols, and I have mine.
There's no reason to lie.
That came from the southern gate.
Let's see what's happening.
Yuna,
Damn.
we have to get over there. Let's get a look at the bridge.
Oh yeah, get up here, steal the Huacha.
The Mongols have most of their forces over there. This is our chance.
If we charge across the bridge, we'll have to deal with that Hwacha quickly.
Could you sneak under the bridge with that hook of yours? Take the Hwacha by surprise?
If only they had Taka make a
Grab
couple
onto
more
the
of these
tree and
hooks.
swing across. There's a way up the cliff on the other side.
If they spot you, we can hit them with arrows. Charge across or sneak over. Either way, it'll be risky. We'll follow your lead, Lord Sakai.
Either
Get your
way.
people ready to move.
Ooh. Hoo, hoo. Where is it? Where is it?
Reinforcements on the way! Ready? Also!
We have to help my friends at the gate.
Yarikawa! Yarikawa!
There they are. They brought some friends from Jericho.
I figured it out. They're supposed to be 10 feet tall.
Keep
What?
fighting!
Who the hell said I was 10 feet?
You finally got here! Don't get too close! They'll see me!
Stay safe, Kenji.
I'm trying! Get away!
You should have waited for us to open the gate.
It was Masako's idea.
How many Mongols are left?
Just the ones here.
Then let's end it!
Lord Sakai, just in time. Keep swinging, Norio. The fort is ours, my lord.
Yep. We're gods. We did it. We did
Is
it.
everyone all
We
right?
did it.
Never
We did
better.
it. Yeah.
All things considered.
Look at them. They're all cold.
Good to see you, Lord Sakai.
Is it this cold everywhere up here?
You'll get used to it.
Maybe it is.
Take any supplies we need.
Maybe this part of the
Prepare to ride
island.
for Jogaku.
Maybe this part of the island is higher than the rest or something. That's all I can think. Otherwise, I don't know. Reunited, and it feels so good. Freezing. I wonder why people with Down syndrome have the same face. I've never understood it. There we go. I can go back. Finish it. Now I gotta find the last camp. Unless... Nope. I thought it counted. Okay, so there's... Is there no way to... There's gotta be a way to fast travel. I'll have to look for something, but... there's him. There's another one for Sensei Ishigawa. Why is there no way to fast travel here? I don't know. But that's gonna have to be the cutoff point. Did pretty good so far. What is Sago? That's Norio. Okay. Okay, never mind. Probably do hers first, since hers is about finished, but you're pretty good. Took over this spot, got our people here. I'm guessing that's what I fast traveled to, that lighthouse. And then, so, next time, we will oh wait, is this a way just back to here? I think it is. But next time, we will, we'll figure out where the last spot is to finish up the second part of the island. Then we'll come back here, help out Masako, then Norio, then Sensei Ishigawa. And I'm pretty sure Masako and Norio's are... Well, I think we finish all three of them before we have to go ahead, basically. Because I think I do his thing, and I find Tomoe along the way, and we do that whole thing with her. Let me light this up real quick. And yeah, and during the next part, I'll probably I'll find the spot that I need to finish everything up, and then I'll do it. But yeah, I guess this part of the island is just colder. See, I guess the only thing to do is fast travel there. Alright, and I can't... I guess I'll flash... They'll teleport me outside of his place, because they will kill me if I go there. Well, they'll try to kill me. But, besides all that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, notifications, all that stuff, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.